All right, next one's in Alexandria.
Yes, this is the one we tried to reach out. He spoke to us, and we were asking him about another piece of property, and he said, "Well, go take a look at this one because he's interested in working something on this one."
Excellent. So this is the store that the landlord sent you to and said, we could do something here. And you've physically scouted it. What did you see?
It's in decent shape. It's got some newer machines. It's all of the dryers are all old. It's kind of the typical, but it's in real good shape. It's its own building. It does have space behind it. He talked about that it has an old tanning salon. I don't know if it's an operation or not, but that's not I'm not really worried about that.
How many washers?
Let's see.
See, this is what's really, really important because the landlord is sending you there and saying, hey, lease this place from me.
Right.
What we want to know is if the footprint is good. All those single stack dryers are going to go.
Yep.
Sorry, go ahead.
36 washers total. 31 dryers.
Well, 31 dryers are going to turn into 62 pockets. You understand?
Yep.
And those 31 dryers are all, the best he's got are Horizons. Those top loaders, you get rid of all of them and your wash capacity will double too.
Yeah, that's what
I
figured.
Now, he has a for sale by owner sign written in the glass in the front of this laundromat, correct?
Correct. Yes, he does.
Any idea, I don't know if you know or not, any idea how long that's been there?
No idea. It looks kind of faded, so I'm assuming it's been there a minute.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean anything.
That's important. Now, when last we spoke, remind me, did he understand 100% that we are not looking to buy this business from him?
You did state that because you told him, kind of your typical boilerplate kind of information about, we like to do the 15 years and we retool every step. And
I want to ask.
That's when he said.
Yeah.
Sorry, and that's when he said, well, I've got this other property if you want to take a look at it that I would be willing to do.
Yeah. So he's probably been trying to sell the place for some time, which helps us. The minute they put up that for sale sign, hope and dreams, right? I'm going to sell this. I've finally made the decision. He made the decision probably 2 months before he put the sign up. He's in the shower and he's thinking, I'm going to sell the business. Let me put it on the market. Let me put it on Craigslist. And then finally puts a sign in the glass. Nobody coming to this laundromat to do their laundry is going to buy it. He might have had some horrific discussions with them. Again, all of this is academic, but I'm telling you what I think, what I've already laid out in my mindset with these types of operations. He's done. He's had it. Now,
that's basically what he said to us on the phone, too.
He might try to screw you into a higher lease rate because he's padding what he thinks is a good running laundromat, but he also knows what it's earning. So again, we're going to be careful. We're not going to get into what it's earning because we're not trying to buy it. And if I did discuss that, it's just to needle him, to be like, I know this place isn't earning, and so do you. Well, you don't know it, but I can tell by looking at it. And yeah, it's clean. Floors are nice. But if no one ever comes in, it's going to stay clean, isn't it? Not what we want.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's call good old Doug. And which number was best? The second number?
The top number is the one that we've called. They're both landlines because I've tried to text them.
Okay. The top one's the one where the wife answers the extension?
Correct, yeah. And told them to get on the phone.
I'm trying the second number. Here we go.
Hello?
Doug.
Yes.
Doug, it's Danny, the laundry guy. How are you, sir? We went over and had a look at the store you sent us to.
Yes.
and we would like to discuss lease terms and give you a rent check for the next 15 years or so.
What exactly are you putting in here? What are you going to put in the store?
So, Doug, we talked last week in reference to the laundromat space that we located, my partner and I, and you said, well, go ahead and look at the one in Alexandria on Cleveland Street.
Yes.
So I'm a laundromateur. That's what we do. What I'd like to do is sign a long-term lease with you, take the existing equipment and upgrade it to new, because that's what it takes to be successful. No offense. And give you a rent check.
Wait a minute. You're wanting to lease the laundromat?
Correct.
Okay. I guess I misunderstood. Then you're wanting to run the laundromat as a laundromat, right?
The laundromat that has the former tanning salon in back on Cleveland Street. Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. That one I'll have to think about, I guess. I've got the laundromat for sale.
Correct. Let's think together and talk about it, if you don't mind, because I'll give you all the time in the world. I'm in no hurry. I've been in the business for some time, and I'm a young man and looking to build more and more laundromats. You want to sell the building and the laundromat. We talked about this before. I'm not interested or intrigued in the purchase of the business. I'm not going to get into what it's earning. You know this, Doug. You're a smart, intelligent, long-term business guy. Businesses are bought and sold based on profit.
Okay.
I'm not interested in what the profit is, was, or should be at this location. I'm interested in getting you back to landlording here. I'm interested in getting you back to collecting a rent check. And that total amount will be in the hundreds of thousands of dollars over the next 15 years. I'm not buying properties currently, so my partner and I, our interest is in signing that lease, whatever commensurate rent we agree upon, spending probably close to $300,000 on washers and dryers, and running it. I'm not a broker or an agent. I'm not a distributor for equipment. I get good deals because of the laundromats that I open and operate, but I want to be crystal clear on all of this. We could be giving you a rent check next month, but we're in the infancy of this conversation. When last we spoke, I apologize if I wasn't clear. I'm not looking to buy this laundromat at any price.
Okay. All right. Well, when do you want to meet up there?
Why would we meet up there?
All right. Well, I guess. What do you need? What do you need to know from me? I guess.
Absolutely, sir. All I need to know is the square footage of the laundry, and I approximate it's a little over 2,000 square feet. And what your reasonable rate of rent is over 15 years. What do you want to collect every month?
Okay. All right. Let me do some checking, some measuring, and we'll have to talk again on this, because this is, I got to think this over.
Of course you do. Absolutely, sir. And let me say this, the measuring isn't that important, to use your word. I know that it has a good footprint because we were in the store this week twice. We made sure we went by Sunday to see the traffic flow. It's kind of not there. You know that it needs new equipment. I know that it needs new equipment. I'm really after the infrastructure, Doug. I'm interested because the gas, water, and electric is there. Cards on the table. So I know that it has 32 washers. You've got Horizons in the front, top loaders in the back. I'm going to get rid of all of those. I'm going to give the consumer enough wash capacity to come in, do their laundry quickly, and get out. All of the single stack tumblers, the dryers, they'll all go because we want to put in doubles. I can only assume you've been visited by local distributors. They're trying to sell you new equipment, and you've decided not to retool. So to have a saleable business and a saleable laundromat, You've got to have the numbers, or heck, retool it yourself and sell it in place. That's what they do.
Okay.
Without an exact measurement of what the space is, what do you think you'd like to collect monthly in rent here?
Well, I never have even thought about that. I'm assuming somewhere around $1,500 a month, but is that way too high? I've never have even considered it.
Doug, I'm not going to jump down your throat and say that is, again, your words, way too high. What I need to do is consider not only rates of rent that are commensurate and reasonable in the area, but also what we can afford. Because I'm different from the dollar store across the street. They're selling a product. They're trying to buy it low, sell it high. Let's not get into the current situation with trying to get anything from China, but that's the business. Then you ran a tanning salon. That's a service business. Permits aside, you're selling a service, essentially.
Right.
The laundromat, I need to spend, it's almost, there's really no way to equate it to anything, because I need to spend that $250,000 on equipment, washers and dryers. The word will get out. We run our stores 24/7. We use contract attendants. I want to lease the whole building. And I won't say it's way too high, but I do need to hear from you. I need to know the exact square footage so that it makes sense. We need to drill down. We need a bit of rent abatement up front. We need free rent so we can get our feet on the ground. And more importantly, get the store not only open, Doug, because it's open now, but get it operating successfully. I don't want to come to you hat in hand in 6 months or 6 years. Hey, I need a rent reduction. I can't follow our original agreement. I won't do that to you. We both need to put our thinking caps on just a little bit. Let me say this. You're a little high as far as the area, and you've already told me, and I appreciate it, what you'd like to collect. And of course, this lease passes on to your heirs, and they don't have to do anything. They don't have to run or operate the laundromat.
Okay. Now, I've told you what our income is annually, haven't I?
No, sir. You might be thinking of someone else.
Okay, we should hit 150,000 this year. I don't know what that means to you as far as if you've got other laundromats, other places.
I do.
Whether that's good, bad, or indifferent,
Well, let me just ask you this one more time. You understand that I'm not looking to provide key fees, buy the business, give you an upfront fee in any way, shape, or form.
Right. I understand that.
Good. Excellent. That's why I'm
just looking to lease the property.
Correct. And that's why I'm not asking about previous or potential income. Pretend this is just an empty slate, a vanilla space that you own. You're the landlord. I'm the potential investor. If I say, I want to sell Braille dartboards, you'd say, that sounds like a crazy business. I'm not going to lease it to you. In this case, I'm saying, I have the wampum to invest in washers and dryers. I know the business well. No offense, we use Facebook marketing. We use a Smurl device in the corner. We get really engaged with our consumers. We have barbecues monthly. We bring the folks in and intend to make a lot more than that, because we're going to... The difference with you, Doug, is you're not allocating rent to yourself. You're making that without paying rent. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. And you're also making that, your figure, I didn't ask, you're making that without paying rent. You're making that without an equipment note on new equipment. Your equipment's paid off.
Yeah, we owe nothing on the building or equipment.
Right. God bless you. Good for you. I own commercial properties. I own residences in 2 countries. Not trying to impress you, but I understand the market. What we want to do, sign a lease with you, hand you a rent check. You never have to come back and sweep the floors. $1,500 a month is the starting point. Do you do your own contracts? Do you have a lawyer? Do you have a real estate agent that helps you with it, or do you handle it all?
Well, if we signed a lease, I would have to have somebody draw one up.
Sure. Well, Well, a boilerplate lease is fine with us. What I'd like to do is put a letter of intent in your hand so you know where we're at. And I'll email it to you. Can I snail mail it or email it? Which one?
I'll tell you what, snail mail it. My trouble is I get all these emails and I start through them and I start deleting them.
Sure.
And I delete stuff I shouldn't.
Understood. And the best,
40,
I have a Gulf View Drive. What's the exact address? Yes, that's the address that I have. So give it a day and it will be there. You'll see the letter coming from my partner, Greg Preston. I'm Danny D'Angelo. Now, I really need to, you'd love to have $1,500 a month. What's the best you can do here?
Well, I don't know. You know, Danny, I just haven't thought about it that much.
Right. I hear you. Well, let us do this. We'll put the best we can do.
There you go.
We'll also give you a number. I want to add it up for you. You're a smart guy, but I want to add it up and tell you, hey, we're going to be giving you $200,000 over the next 15 years. Obviously, you're going to have to wait, but that's what landlords do. And with our group, you're going to get that money. There is no guarantees in life. Someone that says those words is lying to you, but you're going to get that money. Because we're going to start swinging hammers right away, get this place retooled. We're going to look for some help from you, sir, right up front. We need that abatement. We need time. Make sure all the permits are in place, everything else. I think this was an excellent talk today. We're going to become business associates here. I don't like the word landlord personally. It's kind of skeevy. But somewhere between landlords and friends, let us put it on paper and send it out to you, and I'll make a follow-up call to you, Doug.
Okay, great. That sounds good.
Appreciate you, sir. God bless.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Bye.
Sounds like you just got yourself a free laundromat to me.
Danny, I'm ear to ear smiles on this end. Yeah, it sounds really positive. I mean, I think it's just a matter of, he sounds like he's got a learning process too, as far as actually leasing. So, but it sounds like he's open to whatever.
You were in the Google document making tons of notes, yes? I see that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Well, I also want to tell you this just went live on YouTube.
Nice.
It kind of is. I plunk down one live a week typically, and I never know what's going to happen. Sometimes I get a hang-up call, sometimes I get a guy screaming at me, but I'm closing about one lease a day, closed, done, finished. And I really want to help get that word out. I don't have the time anymore to travel and to do all these high-end, crazy YouTube videos. So I want to show this process. Here's what happened. You hired me to negotiate. In a nutshell, we made a call last week. The landlord's an elderly gentleman. And he said, hey, I mean, I have this reputation for beating these landlords up. There's no need for that, none.
Yeah, and these guys are, this in particular, he's a small town kind of guy. This Alexandria is not very big. It's like it's a stoplight type.
Right, I get it. Look, I had a couple hire me in, let's just say, the Midwest. And before we made our first call to the first landlord, they were both on the phone call, the husband and wife, and she stopped everything and said, Danny, you got to realize that this is different. This isn't Los Angeles or New York. I knew where she was going. I said, I know. People are the same. Doug here, whatever he's done in his life, he's an intelligent businessman. He's put deals together. He owns property. He might say, bless your heart, not go F yourself. But he has the same mentality as me, my dad, intelligent business people, folks that came from Brooklyn, New York. It's just the way that they do business. So tell me about the call, pretending that you weren't on the call. What just transpired? I want to make sure you're not missing anything.
What transpired as far as what, Dan?
The whole thing.
So basically, you got in touch with him. We've contacted him before, obviously. He, you went through and explained exactly what we do, which I think, shows him that you know what you're doing. You've got the experience behind you. That proved to him. He's, again, like I mentioned, he seemed a little bit unsure about the leasing part of it. Even said he didn't consider it.
What did I tell you before we called? That he probably really didn't get it. But that faded for sale sign on that laundromat has been there for a while. Bro, there's no contractual obligation for you to retool this store day one or day two. You're going to be running an operating store.
And did he say the revenue was that he gave us even the annual income at $150,000?
$150,000 a year.
Yeah.
But look, you could make small changes, run it 24/7, get a sign at Walmart that says open, turn it on and leave it on, put a contract attendant in there and turn this into $300K. The way it sits.
Yeah.
But why would you?
I felt too,
But why would you? Look, that's not what we do. No way. Advertising, putting flyers out, having a contract attendant that's there 10 hours a day, all of that is going to pump up the revenue in this store. But let's not count our chickens, to use a euphemism from the country. We need to get in touch. We need to talk. I want you to do some demographic research. I want you to find out what reasonable and commensurate rate is across the board in this county, okay?
Okay, in the county?
Yeah.
For
$1,500, you're already way below $1 a square foot.
Okay.
We're gonna have to baby this guy a little bit too. Go through the notes in the Google document. That's part of your cross to bear. Make sure that while we were on the call, I could see you taking the notes, but now go through and put a little paragraph about what you think. It's important. It's cathartic. I'm in trouble when you get a hold of a dictionary. I know. Good work. I got more landlords to call. I'm going to say, you haven't done an LOI yet, correct?
No, I have not.
Okay.
This would be the first.
Here we go. I'm going to email you my generic letter of intent. I'm going to email you full instructions on how to fill it out. And we'll snail mail it to, you could deliver it to his mailbox.
I could, yeah.
All right. Nice work today.
Got it. Thanks, Danny. Great job.
Later. I didn't do anything yet.
Bye.
That was the first phone call I made today. I haven't even had my coffee yet. Another free laundromat. This works, guys. It'll work for you. You're watching this and you're in the infancy of this process and you don't even know who the heck I am. Click the silly link. Get either my DVD that I've been pushing out for 15 years or my instant upload. It comes with an extra 50 hours of these successful calls. Start there. Substantial wealth. It's not about the money in the bank. It's not about cash. It's not about gold, silver, rental properties, the residence that you live in, free and clear. It's about security for your family. That's how I feel. This time of year at the holidays, no budget. Thanksgiving at my house, Christmas at my house. I want to get you there. I want to get you there. I have laundromats for you. I have cash laundromats for you. You get my information, just like Greg did. We've been working together for less than a month, and he just scooped up a store for free. I'm not working magic. There's no elixir involved with the landlord, good, bad, or indifferent. I've had some tough ones. Follow my channel. Like and subscribe. Let's do this together.